Hey everyone, it says welcome back to another Battlefield 6 video. So one of the main concerns for many Battlefield players is that Battlefield is gonna go the way of Call of Duty when it comes down to its cosmetic system. Well, I'm here to tell you that Battlefield 6 will retain its realistic skins at least for the foreseeable future, because we have received the pre-order bonus as well as the open beta exclusive rewards, and they are mostly skins and they are very realistic. In fact, one of those skins in the so-called Tombstone pack, which is the pre-order bonus, you got to play as somebody who looks very similar to Pack, which is a single-player campaign character from Battlefield 4. If you're unfamiliar with the Battlefield 4 campaign, you play as a character called Wrecker in the Tombstone squad, and Pack is one of your squad mates, and this is his outfit. Now, of course, you don't have to pre-order the game just to get a skin. You can get free skins if you play the open beta. There are exclusive rewards you can earn. So on weekend 1, from August 9th to August the 10th, you can earn 2 skins. Seeker Soldier skin and All-Terrain Soldier skin. Both of those, in my opinion, also look very grounded and realistic. On the left, we have some type of a ghillie suit, and on the right is just a regular Grunt Soldier. Both of those look very normal to me. Along with the 2 soldier outfits, you can also earn the minion weapon package, a couple weapon charms, and a player card Lights Out. Then on weekend 2, from August 14th to August 17th, you can earn War Machine vehicle skin. And I know visually it only appears you can apply it on tanks, but I think since this is a vehicle skin, you can probably also put it maybe on Humvees as well as the Bradley and the CV90. Then we have a Doctec Bat Company, yes, you read it correctly, Bat Company, they're bats, not Bad Company, the video game, and Striking Distance weapon package. They also say that open beta rewards will be granted upon game launch and requires gameplay. Items are for illustration purpose only, and they can change for the final product. Here's what the devs had to say about skins and cosmetics for Battlefield 6. The things we can say: we are a military shooter in modern times, end quote. This is perfect, they don't have to tell me anything more. I'm so happy and relieved in the direction they're taking Battlefield 6 in, at least when it comes down to the aesthetics of the game. I think the game has beautiful aesthetics, and I don't want them ruined by people running around as Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles, and Goku and Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. So this is perfect. DICE, please don't change this. EA, if you need money, sell some skins that look like Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3. There are many people who love those games. I'm sure they would like to play as some of the old classic skins perhaps. Maybe that's a business option you can consider. Just not Dragon Ball Z or Power Rangers. Or what is this other skin they have in Call of Duty? Beavis and Butthead? Something ridiculous. My god, that game has lost it. I just don't want to see this in Battlefield. Battlefield 6 is confirmed to have 9 maps on launch, set in a variety of locations. Tajikistan, Manhattan, Cairo, and so on. We have a Liberation Peak, then we have Empire State, New Sobek City, Manhattan Bridge, Iberian Offensive, Mirak Valley, Siege of Cairo, Saints Quarter, and Operation Firestorm. Operation Firestorm coming as a remake from Battlefield 3. This is the 3rd time this map is being remade. It was also remade in Battlefield 4 Second Assault DLC, so now it's coming back in a version of Battlefield 3. Battlefield 4 Firestorm is a little bit different. In fact, that version of Firestorm is called Operation Firestorm 2014. We are not getting that version, we are getting the Battlefield 3 version. In case there was some confusion about what Firestorm we are getting, it's the one from Battlefield 3. Now, the one thing I noticed about all these maps is they were renamed from Battlefield Labs. For example, Liberation Peak was Capstone and Siege of Cairo was Abbasid. And I think, where's the Battery? I don't remember which. Iberian Offensive must be Battery. They renamed that as well. I'm not sure why they renamed them. These names are a little bit odd. But hey, those are the maps on launch. They're renamed. And honestly, they all look pretty solid. The ones I'm very interested in would be the Manhattan Bridge, because it looks like something from The Division and Hardline, which I really like. And then Operation Firestorm, a little bit, just want to check it out, how it feels in Battlefield 6. But I think Operation Firestorm is going to be the map I'm spending the least amount of time on. Why? Because I played it in 2 separate games already and have at least 500 hours on this map. It was my favorite map in BF3, but I want to try some of the new maps. This Mirak Valley also looks interesting. This map, my friend told me, Ace, it looks like San Quentin Scar from BF1, and it does look kind of like San Quentin Scar. So I'm very excited to try this map. And then we have the new Sobek City, which looks very cool. In general, these are very tight urban maps in my opinion, bar Liberation Peak, also known as Capstone. So maybe in the future they can also add some very bigger maps. Alright, let's talk gameplay. I had a bit more time to watch more streams yesterday, and I noticed a couple of interesting things for vehicles, movement, and gunplay that changed from Battlefield Labs leading into now open beta. First, let's start with the vehicles. First, the main battle tank, since I'm a tank driver myself as well. It seems now, when you're low in health in the tank, and by low I mean really low critical health, your tank is regenerating shells. It is at a very slow rate, but you do get shells back. So if you are very low on health and the enemy tank is low on health, maybe you can get a kill shot in now in case you were out of ammo, which I think is a welcome addition. I tried to find some Battlefield Labs clips of this happening, but there were just so little tank clips in Battlefield Labs over the past couple months, I just couldn't find any confirmation about those. However, the NDA has lifted from Battlefield Labs. If you were in Battlefield Labs, you can now disclose things you saw and played in Battlefield Labs. You cannot post videos or photos, but if you did play in the tank, can you please tell me if this worked like that in Battlefield Labs earlier builds? Did the tank regenerate shells when you were low on health, or did it not? Did you always have to go to the station? In any case, now you regenerate a little bit of shell ammunition when you're low on health, which I think is a welcome addition. The other thing I noticed, the smoke launcher is still on the gunner seat for some odd reason for the tank. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. I'm not sure what the countermeasure is going to be for the tank, but every time I watched a tank clip in the streams, it was the gunner who was smoking and not the driver, which is kind of odd to me. I don't think we had a Battlefield game where the driver didn't have the countermeasures of smoke. Just a little bit odd. Switching over to helicopter, 2 Angry Gamers TV posted a YouTube video playing helicopter in Battlefield 6 on Liberation Peak, also known as Capstone, with his gunner. And here's what people say, and this is what I also saw. The physics of the helicopter didn't change much, it appears, from Battlefield Labs pre-alpha, leading into alpha, and now into open beta. Everybody's saying that it feels like Battlefield 2042. Then I also watched Silk as well, a very famous pilot from Battlefield 4 from Australia and Oceania, who also said the same thing, that the vehicles are a little bit floaty in the air and that he didn't like them. So I really hope, I know it's probably not going to happen for launch, but if there is time, I think they need to address this floatiness people have problems with the air vehicles. Even the tank, in my opinion, is a little bit floaty. The physics are just not heavy like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. If there was one physics they had to nail, it had to be from the tank and the helicopter, and I feel bad according to people who watched this video, according to me who watched the video, and according to the players who played the helicopters. Once again, just like with my tank thing, if you played Battlefield Labs in the helicopter, can you confirm how did it feel for you? Did it feel floaty or heavy like in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4? Let me know, and thank you. And finally, movement and gunplay. Now this depends solely on your point of view on both movement and gunplay. So the movement mechanics are a bit better. The slide is better. You can turn faster in the slide. You can jump peek. You can crouch spam and shoot. You can do a bunch of things you couldn't do previously in Battlefield Labs. I watched Enders. I watched other creators who are pretty good at infantry who confirmed you can do some of those things. Mouse input is also rumored to be back. By back, it's not as bad as Battlefield 2042. Jack, Frags, and some of the other bigger creators have said that their mouse felt weird after a while, so I'm not sure what that is about. It could be memory leak, it could be that mouse input maybe gets bad after a time, I don't know. What everybody agreed on the streams is that mouse input is way better. People could actually aim and react to things, which is great. Then the gunplay, the recoil and the bloom that I have noticed in Battlefield Labs all those months back seems to be gone. Most of the people are saying that the guns have no recoil. To me, they do have recoil, but I think the players who are playing are just good at the game, and maybe we're controlling the recoil very well. I think they were also given guns that were already kind of pre-modded. Maybe some of the mods they had on were like minus 10,000 recoil, so maybe it appears that the gun doesn't have a recoil. What it does have, however, is very, very fast time to kill. This is also thanks to this headshot attachment that existed since Battlefield Labs, which increases your headshot multiplier. I really hope they get rid of that attachment, because I'm not going to run anything else other than that, and I'm just going to beam people across the map with this stupid headshot attachment. Hope to get rid of that. I'm very excited for the open beta, and I'm very excited for the content that's coming from me during the open beta. If you're going to play Battlefield 6 and you want to keep in touch with tank gameplay infantry, I'm skilled in both vehicles, I will upload daily videos in European time, then please consider leaving a like and a subscription. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you also enjoyed the Battlefield 6 reveal event and the gameplay from the streamers, and I'll see you in another video. Take it easy. Bye bye. Have a great day.